This is Dennis with Builder Resources and BuilderAcademy.com. Thanks for tuning into this podcast. The actual page on the Builders Resources website that this podcast comes from contains many links to other pages within the site. If you'd like to explore any topic in greater depth, please go to the page on the website to follow the links. This session I want to talk about subcontractor management, specifically how to systematize your contractor team. In a small construction business, the quality of your subcontractor team becomes critically important. The fact that you put the future of your business in the hands of others means that you have to have some way of controlling their action. You have to make sure that the way the subcontractor performs at your site mirrors the way you work at the site. Make certain that the correct work is done in the correct way, using the correct materials, in the correct time frame, getting the correct result. Now there are three ways this can be accomplished. First is you do all the work. Second is you watch all the work being done. And third, you build a subcontractor information system that describes and or illustrates exactly how you want each step of the building process done. Let's look at each of those alternatives. Alternative 1, you do all the work. This is the way the small builder did it 50 years ago. I can remember the first house built for my parents. The builder lived down the street from us, showed up every day, and built the entire house himself. Today, the professionalism required by the codes and the need for licenses and special equipment almost preclude this type of building process. The other problem with this method of building is that the builder is also the crew. It is a job, not a business. Alternative 2, you watch all the work being done. This is the model being used by many small builders today. You show up on the job and watch, sometimes working with, whatever trades are scheduled for that day. The idea behind this is that you are watching their work and critiquing it in real time. If they drive a nail wrong, you are there to immediately correct their mistakes. Of course, if you have 2 or 3 jobs going, you also have to be on those sites all day, every day. How does that work? You spend your time going from site to site, but who is watching the site you just left? And who has been watching the site you're headed to? Okay, so you hire a job superintendent, but then you have to check his work. So you're running all day long trying to get the houses built like you want them built. And you still have to do the selling, and the bookwork, and the scheduling. No wonder you feel burned out. Now you have 2 or 3 or more jobs. Still no business. The third alternative is you build a subcontractor information system. If you want someone to know what you look like, you give them a picture. If you want your subcontractors to know your acceptable building practices, you give them the information in a comprehensive, systematic way. You transfer your knowledge and aesthetic relating to building a home to the subcontractor in writing so you can point to it, so they can refer to it, so you can depend on it being done that way or else. That is the premise behind the terms and conditions, scopes of work, work order, inspection report process. You can see sample forms relating to this process on the web page where this podcast is located. To really control the quality of work done on your site by subcontractors, you must first inform them what acceptable behavior and job performance look like. Second, follow up to ensure that those minimum standards of performance are being met. Third, negatively reinforce, that's consultant speak for don't pay for, the suboptimal performance. And fourth, positively reinforce, again consultant speak for pay for, the optimal performance. To make this system work, you have to be serious about the process. You have to ensure that each subcontractor understands that you intend to enforce the performance requirements, that you will inspect his work on each site to check that it is done to your standards, and that he will not be paid unless he meets those standards. You don't do the work, you manage the performance of others who do the work. Now you have more than a job, you have a business. Let me help you put your system together. You know, it's entirely possible for you to create any of these construction contract documents from scratch, but it is a lot of work. My file consists of 1. Terms and conditions, 28 scopes of work, 28 work orders, and 40 inspection reports. If you would like to download a sample of the package to see how the pieces work together, you can do so by clicking on the links on the page where this podcast is resident. You will get the general idea of what the pieces look like in my file and can use them as templates for your efforts. Or you can purchase portions of the construction contract package or the entire package ready to go. You can order the terms and conditions at no charge, the complete scopes of work for $50, the complete work order file for $30, and all the inspection reports for $50. Or you can get the entire package for $100. The files are in Word and Excel, so they can be amended and updated easily, and they install on your computer very quickly. We've also provided a control panel for easy access and interlinked the documents so you have minimal input necessary to produce the documents. Use the PayPal form on the web page where the podcast is posted. We'll email the package right back to you, so be sure to include all of your contact information. If you're going to use subcontractors on your projects, make certain that they are trained and that they understand what you want exactly. Give them a chance to do a great job for you and your construction company.